From an actual digging in the ground perspective, the future of archaeology is a little bit complicated because what's happening is the same that's happening on sites where we've dug and we don't have those really nice deposits of trash. We get a collective trash deposit. And collective trash deposit means that we can say something general about a lot of people, but nothing specific about one person or one group of people. So on this property, if we find that outhouse, we might have the nice layers for each family that was living in the house. But in the yard, just scattered all around, we're going to get a kind of much fuzzier picture of the past. Archaeology in the future is going to be similar to that because we're not creating these discrete deposits in the ground, which is great. It's really good that we're not doing that anymore. But because we're not doing that anymore, we aren't going to have those really kind of tight stories. We're also bringing all of our trash to centralized locations. So instead of having a group of families in one backyard mixed together, we're going to actually have an entire town mixed into one fill deposit. So there are people that are actually doing archaeology in landfills and they're finding out information, but it tends to be a little bit more broad information. Big picture questions, but to ask individual questions like what was it like to be a 6-year-old girl whose name we know in this one particular property, we won't be able to do those kind of questions in the future. That all being said, we can do a lot more with digital information. Everybody writes down every thought they've ever had now, so we get to have a lot more individual information about what it's like for each individual person to experience their life going forward. I definitely record more on Twitter and Facebook than I would in a journal that I don't have. So people are going to be able to know more about my daily experience living in Boston, being the city archaeologist, than they ever would have without social media. So in some ways, these things might actually be supplementing archaeology in some cases. So I don't know if we'll need it as much, because our reality is archaeology isn't digging up the stuff, it's looking for stories to answer questions about the past. The stuff answers those questions when we don't have any other source of information, but if we have more information, we're going to use it. So if we have written documents, if we have social media, those are information that we can use instead of the trash and possibly get more information from those than we ever would have otherwise.